What's up, guys? Hybrid Mongoose here, and today I want to talk to you about a game that I hold near and dear to my heart, and that game is called Ark Survival Evolved. Hasn't been like, I've played a couple times on this channel. I did a couple playthroughs, but it wasn't like my main staple of this channel. But the reason why I want to talk about it is because something happened with the developers of the game, Wildcard Studios, that is so blatantly greedy and so blatantly horrible that I feel like I have to say something. And, going back, Ark, the reason why I hold Ark so highly is because, my current friend group, half of them are literally from me hosting Ark servers back in the day. And we've gained that friendship over time. And, they're some of my closest friends to this day. So it's like, I would have never met them if I never did play, Ark Survival Evolved. So there is there's something to that where it's like, I hold the game in high regard. And not to mention, let me show you this. Check this out. Let me pull it up real quick. If you look at the game, look at how much I have played. Right here, 1,973.8 hours. It is probably the most played game I've ever played in my entire life. Nerd! It saddens me to have to make this video and really call out the developers, but they blatantly deserve it. Now, we accepted the fact that the game was buggy, messed up, had flaws. The official servers are a mess. Anybody who plays on official, my heart goes out to you, because I never could play with those rates. Issues with, gathering, taming was all just way too long. Plus the fact that, if you're playing on a PvP server, you end up having to babysit your dinos and your base kind of 24/7, and even to survive, So I actually, I love PvP, but like the offline raiding aspect of it kind of kept me away from PvE or PvP. So I mainly played PvE with the game. So the official servers, that being said, most people that I knew that played Ark accepted its flaws and knew the game had to be heavily modded in order to, fix the problems that it had. That's where I started hosting my own server and modding it like crazy and upping the rates. Nothing like insane, but, a manageable rate to where people could play and not have to spend 10 hours taming a brontosaurus or something, right? So we accepted the game with all of its flaws. Going back in history, all the strikes against Ark, there are a lot. They made an early access game. We're asking for money for DLCs. We paid it. We paid that fee. We were the fans of the game. We accepted the flaws. We accepted the problems with the game. Now, I've paid for season passes, the Genesis DLC. How many DLCs do they have? There's a lot. There's a lot of DLCs that we have been paying for this entire time and dishing out money, to support a game that we loved, even with its flaws, meaning we loved the game and we never played it on official because it was such a train wreck of a game that I wouldn't even like it. Honestly, official rates are terrible. It actually makes me hate the game. So the fact that we found a way to play the game and make it so we love it, had nothing to do with the developers, like at all. We actually used mods to fix the developers' problems and still didn't blame them. So this goes to what I'm saying now is I understand, Ark 2 is actually delayed. They want to remaster Ark 1, which is, on paper, sounds fine. The issue is they are basically going to kill Ark 1 and then require you to pay for the remastered Ark. So it is a huge blow, and actually I feel it's a big slap in the face to all of the existing fans of Ark. As of right now, what is the point of staying on an official server? What is the point of even playing anymore when you know that they also said that they can't get the player data and the tribe data transferred over as well to the new remaster. So everyone is starting over completely 100% from scratch, no matter what. Now, this company has a lot of strikes against it, and including and here's the thing, what I think of the developer has never changed. Even when they tried to release Atlas, which was basically a reskinned version of Ark, and they lied and claimed that it was a brand new game, when it was clearly just a reskin of Ark, and they tried to make money off of that, and I'm sure they did, I knew right away. I was like, I'm not buying that dumb game. Some of my friends in my group bought the game, realized what we're realizing now, and they release a game, and then are they supporting Atlas right now? Probably not, right? So let's get into this article. I want to read it really quick from Forbes. Actually says Ark 2 is delayed and Ark 1 is being killed unless you buy a remaster. So it says, all right, let me see if I have this straight here. Ark 2, the sequel of the original Ark Survival Evolved, has been delayed to the end of 2024 after previously shooting for a 2023 release. They are remastering the original Ark in Unreal Engine 5 and calling it Ark Survival Ascended. When the game launches, they are switching off original Ark Survival Evolved servers. But this is not just porting over players as they wait for the sequel. The only way to play Ark Survival Ascended, and therefore any current existing version of Ark, is to buy a $50 bundle that packages the remaster with the now delayed sequel. Studio Wildcard has confirmed that there's no free upgrade path from the original game to the remaster for current owners. On top of that, it appears that you may have to rebuy the expansions for the original Ark as they are remastered for the Unreal Engine 5 version. Each DLC pack is $20, and again, there does not seem to be any credit given to players who already bought the versions from the last gen version. I cannot believe they're doing this. I cannot believe they're doing this. This is actually insane. Say what you want about different developers, but like CD Projekt Red, they just came out with a next gen update for Witcher. Did they ask for more money? No. They remastered the game in a better quality for next gen consoles and gave it to everybody for free. I actually have that game free on GOG, and I don't have the expansions and it doesn't have cloud save, so when I actually get a chance to buy it on Steam for a cheaper price the next time it goes on sale, I'm going to buy the game again because they did a lot of good work on that next gen update, and I'm willing to buy the game twice. Just like keep that in your head. Like I'm willing to buy a game I already own just so I can get cloud saves on my Steam Deck and play the game on my PC and have the same saves. That's literally the only reason. And Wildcard is just like, nope, money please.
That's right, folks. Longtime owner Mr. Krabs is opening a
new video game called Ark Ascended.
First of all, congratulations, Mr. Krabs.
Hello, I like money.
You know, it's just like, I don't get where they're coming from and where they think that this is okay. All right, let's continue. I have seen some wild gaming pricing practices in my time, but this one might have a Hall of Famer unless they distractingly change things. Yeah, seriously, this is like a blatant money grab. It's not as if Ark was terribly beloved for some of their decisions before this, including release aforementioned $20 DLC for a game that was supposedly in early access. But this is a new level. Exactly. They released Scorched Earth early on as a DLC for an early access game. So they wanted all the benefit of the bugs in the early access, but they didn't want, and they wanted to make more money off of you and not finish the game that they were already working on. So huge problem. You're quite literally off a gamer's player's own and then forcing them to buy an upgraded version of it and a long delayed sequel if they want to keep playing, plus forcing them to rebuy all the DLCs they may have already purchased once at nearly the same price as a bundle you're selling now. Wow. Needless to say, this has not gone over well with the Ark community. The entire subreddit is flooded with anger memes about the situation. The most updated vote has a trade offer that's saying that for $90 players will get an identical game with better graphics and performance update previously announced as free. Servers shut down and no transferring between versions. Very cool. It remains to be seen if Wildcard will walk back at all after this backlash, but if not, it should be a textbook example of how to not handle a remaster and a sequel for all their studios in the future. Truly wild. So that is the end of that. Great article, to be honest. It really explains perfectly. I don't see anybody that's actually a fan of this. This seems like the dumbest thing I've ever seen, to be honest with you. From my point of view, right, we've already purchased the game. I've already bought all the DLCs. If you're going to take away the game and make me rebuy it, I'm just not going to play. That's the consensus of most people. And here's the thing. I love the game. If they would have actually made something compelling that's coming out, I may have actually jumped on it. Like a lot of you are thinking, why didn't they just not? They should have left Ark 1 alone, kept working on Ark 2, and finish it. Don't touch Ark 1. Now you're giving a reason for the community to not only hate you, but not not support you. Like, we supported you through all your flaws, all of your you used to the game was never optimized for years. I mean, you used to have to have like a crazy good computer to even play the game. And we accepted the flaws of the developers. We accepted the money grabs, Atlas, Scorched Earth DLCs, and early access. They wanted their cake and eat it too. And I turned a blind eye to all of that. But where I stopped thinking the developer is good is now. You're not going to make me rebuy a game that I've put 2,000 hours in. You're not going to make me rebuy DLCs that I've already purchased. It's not going to happen. So whoever's their PR guy or whoever thought this plan was a good idea, I think this is going to epically blow up in their face. This is going to be like, I for one know my entire group of friends that were into Ark are not going to buy this game. Nobody. So it's like, work on your game, finish your second game. Don't touch the first game. I don't get how the rationale is. It's just such a blatant money grab. You know, it's a blatant money grab. You're taking away something we already paid for, you know? And the result of that is going to be most players, I would say probably 95% of players, they think that it's not going to be that big of a backlash. Watch when Ark 2 doesn't sell at all. I don't know anybody out of my friends group that even cares about Ark 2. No one cares about Vin Diesel. No one cares about, who cares? You wasted all your money trying to, copy off CD Projekt Red or something for Cyberpunk and getting Keanu Reeves. No one cares about Vin Diesel. That trailer that you showed is not hyping anybody. I didn't care about it at all. I was just like, is this a meme? Why is Vin Diesel in Ark? That's not the reason. It's like, it almost feels like some bookie is coming after them for money that they borrowed, and they're all of a sudden scrambling to try to find a way to make money. It's like, that's not going to work. I'm just going to stop playing the game. I've already given you money. I'm not paying you twice for the same game. This is why you don't do that. And you look at early access games like, for instance, The Forest. Look at what it looked like in early. They had to redo the game in different engines as well. Same for 7 Days to Die. If you look at the early access versions of those games, they look terrible. They had to port things over to a new game engine, and they did that all for free. And The Forest came out, it looks amazing. What they were able to pull off from when they had early access to now is insane. So to say that it can't be done, or to be on the side of the, because I've seen the other side of this as well on Twitter, where people are like, hey, they have a development company, they need to put money on the table. So, I see why they're doing this. They need to make money. It's like, no, no. If you were going to charge for this, it should be like $10 if you've already pre-purchased the game. If someone like me who's already bought the game, had all the DLCs, already paid for all this, it should be like $10, and then we couldn't even really complain. But to say $50, you're out of line. You're out of order, and I think it's going to result in the death of that game. I do. I don't think it's going to survive. And I think this is ultimately going to be the biggest mistake they've ever made. I don't see how this turns out well for them, because some people are gonna buy the remaster, but there's gonna be a lot that just don't. Me and my entire group of friends that used to play Ark are not one of them. And again, I could talk about this forever. I did talk about my friends that, you know, about this game, and a lot of them were just like, yeah, we're not going to buy it. I can't see, the greed is just insane, and I don't get how you think this is okay. Have fun. Rest in peace, Ark. I won't be playing it ever again. I'm not rebuying the game. That's it. I'm sure Ark 2 is going to flop. I'm sure this remaster is probably going to flop. So, you know, you're not giving any incentive to the old players. None. There's zero. You're not going to port over anything. You're not going to, you know, bring over tribe data. Nothing. So you guys are taking the easy way out and just, oh, we need money. Let's just do this. Because probably what would delay that would be actually, you know, having to develop something to transfer over that information, which I know is possible. They just don't want to do it. They want to save money. Like I said, the bookie is coming for money. Someone took out a loan and they need to pay it back right away. Well, guess what? That's not our fault. That's not our fault. I don't care if that bookie chops off your finger. I'm not paying you any money. So good luck. Anyway, guys, that is going to do it for this video. If you played Ark Survival Evolved and you're feeling the same way as me, you know, leave down in the comments below. What do you think about the practices of like these development companies doing this? And that is going to do it for the video, guys. Like and subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Later.